Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to AppSec's online support program. Students, this is 13th week of online learning and it is time for history lesson for class 8. We are doing chapter number 7, Pakistan since creation, and the topics which we are going to cover in this video are constitutional development 1956 to 73, Muhammad Ali Jinnah's speech, objectives resolution, and comparison between constitutions of 1956, 62 and 73. At the end of this video, students will be able to learn about the constitutional developments that took place from 1956 to 1973, to understand objectives resolution and its significance, and to compare the constitutions of 1956, 62 and 73. To achieve the objectives, you have to read the text carefully, mark or highlight the important points, consult dictionary to find out the meanings of difficult words, and make meaningful sentences to answer the given exercise questions. So boys, our first topic is constitutional development from 1956 to 73, but first you have to understand the meaning of constitution. I have already explained in previous video the meaning of constitution. So constitution means law or rules. Constitution plays an important part in running the government successfully. The legislative body, that includes National Assembly and Senate, is responsible of making or changing the law of a country. So let's discuss Muhammad Ali Jinnah's speech. When the partition of India occurred, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah outlined his vision of Pakistan in an address to the Constituent Assembly of Pakistan on 11th August 1947. In his speech, he highlighted the urgency of setting up a constitution for the newly created country, Pakistan. So boys, this is the historic picture of Quaid-e-Azam when he addressed the first Constituent Assembly of Pakistan on 11th August. So Quaid-e-Azam opened up by saying the assembly had two tasks: writing a provisional or temporary constitution and governing the country meanwhile. He also discussed some of the problems Pakistan was facing at that time, which included law and order, bribery, nepotism, and black marketing. Now let's discuss objectives resolution. So on 12th March 1949, the Constituent Assembly took up a resolution moved by then Prime Minister Liaquat Ali Khan. It was called the Objective Resolution. This resolution states that Pakistan will be an Islamic country governed according to the Quran and Sunnah. The main points of the Objective Resolution are sovereignty or power of Allah Almighty, Islamic legislation or Islamic values and rules and way of life, federal system of government, fundamental rights of all citizens of every religion, protection of minorities and development of backward areas, independence of judiciary. So these were the main points of objective resolution, and this was called objective resolution because it gave the basis for the creation of a new constitution. So a new constitution was made after the objective resolution. The first constitution of Pakistan was approved on 23rd March 1956. Pakistan was declared an Islamic republic and a parliamentary system of government was introduced. Parliamentary system of government means democratic form of government in which a single party or different parties form the government. Ayub Khan, Commander-in-Chief of Pakistan Armed Forces, imposed martial law on 8 October 1958. And the Constitution of 1956 was abrogated by him. So boys, what happened that Ayub Khan became second president after taking the presidency forcefully by applying martial law in the country. And the first president was Iskandar Mirza, and he was forcefully removed from his office by Ayub Khan. Ayub Khan applied martial law or military government throughout the country on 8th October. And the Constitution of 1956 was abolished or destroyed at that time. And he gave the task of making a new constitution to a 10-member commission The commission prepared the recommendations and forwarded it to a committee made by the president. Through presidential order, the Constitution of 1962 was promulgated or promoted by the president. According to this, Pakistan was divided into two main provinces, East Pakistan and West Pakistan. After the separation of East Pakistan in 1971, General Yahya Khan handed over rule to Zulfikar Ali Bhutto and an emergency order was imposed. So boys, what happened that Ayub Khan forcefully took the presidency from Iskandar Mirza and became the second president. But when he realized that it was impossible for him to control the country, he handed over his power to Yahya Khan. He was also a military man, he was General Yahya Khan, and when Yahya Khan realized that he was unable to take all responsibilities or control the country successfully, he handed over his rule to Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. So at that time, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto started working on the constitution, and Constitution of 1973 was approved by the parliament unanimously, and this constitution is still in use, although with some amendments and changes, but still this constitution is in use. Okay boys, now we are going to compare different constitutions of 1956, 62 and 73. So in the first column there is Constitution of 1956, in the second column Constitution of 1962, and in the third column Constitution of 1973. Okay, the Constitution of 1956 introduced parliamentary system. Okay, I already explained the meaning of parliamentary system. It is a democratic form of government in which a single party or different parties form the government. Okay, presidential form of government was introduced in Constitution of 1962. Presidential form of government means the president was having all the powers or all the authorities. Okay, parliamentary form of government was introduced in Constitution of 1973. Okay, direct method of election was introduced in Constitution of 1956. Okay, direct method means choosing political parties by casting votes, as it happens in Pakistan. Okay, Constitution of 1962 introduced indirect method. Indirect method means voters do not choose between candidates for an office but elect people who then choose. Okay boys, I am going to give an example to explain direct method and indirect method. So as you see that our elections for National Assembly are examples of direct election. Why? Because we choose people by casting votes for National Assembly. So we select members for National Assembly, and the members of National Assembly then select members for Senate. So the election for National Assembly is an example of direct election, and the elections of Senate is an example of indirect election. Okay, in the Constitution of 1973, again direct method of election was adopted. Okay, in the Constitution of 1956, the system of legislation was unicameral. It means there was only one house, that is National Assembly. Okay, the Constitution of 1962 introduced the system of unicameral again, and in the Constitution of 1973, bicameral legislation was introduced. It means Parliament was divided into two houses, National Assembly or the lower house and Senate or the upper house. Okay, in the Constitution of 1956, most of the executive powers were exercised by the Prime Minister. In the Constitution of 1962, President had most of the executive powers. It means President was having the ultimate authority, as it was a presidential form of government, that's why. And in the Constitution of 1973, Prime Minister exercised all the executive powers. Okay, in the Constitution of 1956, Pakistan was proclaimed as the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, and no changes were made in Constitution of 1962 and 1973. Okay, in the Constitution of 1956, English, Urdu and Bengali were declared as the national languages. In the Constitution of 1962, Urdu and Bengali were declared as the national languages. And in the Constitution of 1973, Urdu declared as the state language. In the Constitution of 1956, judiciary was made independent without the interference of legislative or executive bodies. And no changes were made in the constitutions of 1962 and 1973. Okay boys, after reading these topics or after going through all these slides, what you have to do, you have to underline all the new words and search their meanings. Maintain a small booklet by writing new words and their meanings. Your second task is to search the constitutions of 1956, 1962 and 1973 on internet. Okay boys, you have to solve the exercise given on page 108 and 109. Do all the questions on loose sheets neatly and independently. That's all for today. Thank you.